Lauren returned home, tired after a long day at work, and with a mixture of surprise and dismay, discovered that all of Robin's things had disappeared from the closet. Every shelf, every drawer, every space that once held the secrets and memories of their life together was now empty, as if someone had erased their presence from their existence. She felt as if she had been abandoned, as if her world had collapsed on her in an instant. But what could have happened? Before continuing, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next exciting stories. Enjoy! Lauren was a 35-year-old woman with brown hair and green eyes that shone with vitality. She worked as an architect in a prestigious studio in San Francisco. Her life was seemingly perfect: a good job, loving friends, and a husband, Robin, whom she loved deeply. Robin, a 37-year-old man, was a mechanical engineer, always busy with his projects and passions. He was an active and engaging person, beloved by everyone for his contagious energy and enthusiasm. They met at university and were inseparable ever since. Their home in San Francisco was a haven of love and tranquility, a place where they could share dreams and hopes. However, life is not always predictable. That day, the girl returned home with her shopping bags, expecting to find the man there to greet her. She put the groceries on the kitchen table and noticed that the apartment was unusually quiet. She decided to take off her coat and head to the bedroom to change. It was then that she saw the closet door ajar. With an automatic gesture, she closed it and opened the other half of the closet to get her dressing gown. Her heart sank when she realized that all of Robin's things were gone. In a moment of panic, she called his cell phone, but he didn't answer. She tried to call her mother, Marion, but she didn't answer either. Lauren, desperate, texted Robin, "Where are you? What happened?" Without receiving an answer, she decided to call her mother-in-law, Annette, too, but without success. With her heart in her throat, the woman turned to her last hope. She called Marion, her mother. "Hi, Mom, how are you?" she asked, trying to stay calm. "My daughter, what's wrong with your voice?" Marion said worriedly. "Robin has disappeared," Lauren cried, her voice broken by tears. Her mother tried to calm her down. "First of all, you have to calm down. Have you checked the closets? Are his things still there?" Lauren jumped up and ran to the bedroom. She opened the closet and found it empty. Tears began to flow uncontrollably. "Mom, no, it's all empty. There's nothing of his." Her mother reassured her, "Wait, I'm coming to you." A few minutes later, Marion arrived to find her daughter sitting on the floor, distraught. "Let's go get some tea," Marion said, trying to comfort her. The girl, through tears, agreed. Sitting at the table, she looked at her mother and asked, "Why did all this happen? I don't deserve to be treated like this." Marion sighed and replied, "We don't have all the answers. Maybe your mother-in-law was right. Do you remember what she told you on your wedding day? My son has never had a wife, and you are not a wife. He will leave you. It's just a matter of time." The young woman couldn't believe it. How could her mother-in-law have been so cruel? "We had a happy life, or so I thought," Lauren said, crying. Marion caressed her hand. "It's not your fault. We can't always understand other people's motivations. He left without an explanation, but you have to stay strong." While her mother was trying to clean the kitchen, the doorbell rang. Lauren went to open it and found Robin in front of her. He was exhausted, his clothes stained and his hands dirty with diesel. "Hi, love," he said, his voice shaking. "Sorry, I was out on business and the car broke down. The phone battery died too." Lauren, with tears streaming down her face, looked Robin in the eyes, desperately seeking an explanation. "I understand the car problem," she said, her voice shaking and heavy with emotion. "But why did you take all your things out of our bedroom?" His mind was a whirlwind of confused and painful thoughts as he tried to understand what had really happened. Every word was a silent cry of desperation, every pause an agony. Robin looked confused, his face lined with exhaustion and shock. "I didn't take anything. What do you mean?" he said, his voice a mix of disbelief and concern. If you like the story, leave a like and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks. He rushed to the closet, and when he saw the empty shelves, the color drained from his face. It was as if the world had stopped for a moment, each second stretched into an eternity of silence and disbelief. "Who was it?" he asked, his voice now a trembling whisper, as his eyes searched desperately for Lauren's, searching for an explanation that might ease the anguish he felt inside. Marion from the kitchen replied, "It was me. I took everything to iron and arranged things the way I like." The man sighed with relief. "Mom, why didn't you tell me?" Marion replied calmly. "I wanted to surprise you, that's all." The girl, still shaken, looked at the boy. He hugged her and said, "I promise I'll tell you everything from now on. I don't want you to suffer like this ever again." Robin replaced all the locks on the apartment to ensure that no one could enter without their permission. Meanwhile, the woman tried to resume her daily routine, although the trauma of that day remained with her. Their relationship had been put to the test, but they both knew they had to work together to overcome the difficulties. Lauren and Robin's story is an example of how sometimes appearances can be deceiving and how important it is to communicate openly with your loved ones. What do you think about this story? Have you ever had a similar experience?